cannot convince me. This is Prison Mike. You cannot convince me Spooky Sensor is better than Blarfox. Now, you can argue it is better defensively, sure, but it's just Fury. Man. Alright, so 40 plus 10 plus 5 plus speed variant of Ilyana, Spooky Sensor, Harsh Command plus, Iceberg, Attack Res Unity, now see Disrupt, Pulse Smoke, and Mystic Boost. So you're sacrificing your seal slot just so you can counterattack the Spooky Sensor, which allows you to just have Fury on top of Attack Res Unity. This is so overkill because you don't need more res. At 48 base, this gets you to 53, and if there's penalties, it's even higher. But this is really not necessary. I guess the good thing about
there is no kill like overkill.
Well, the thing with this is like Ilyana, I think, is a really great offensive mage, and then defensively, she's not scared of other mages. It's just when you make a build like this, she's now a lot more focused defensively. Though this can be used offensively, of course, but it's nothing like super special. It's just the build works. It's absolutely good. All smoke. They'll see Disrupt, Attack Res Unity. I guess against cav lines, but her defense isn't high anyway, so it's just against mages and cav lines. I guess if you wanted her to be defensive, this is one way to do it. But yeah, for me in general, chat, I would not suggest you move off Blarfox. This is ridiculously good. Attack speed, defense res -4 on foe during combat, and she comes with it. So you got, in my opinion, if you made Ilyana, you either go for like something simple like Fury in the A slot, Swiss Sparrow, if you want to try and get her to double on heroes, or you go one-shot mode where you run like double death blow and you just try to one-shot them. Close foil. Okay, that's interesting. Attack speed on 4, attack res unity, attack speed push 4. So I think you have both variants of her. Personally, I would have just done attack speed push 4 and then kept the Blarfox and went from there. She wouldn't get doubled because of her A slot, even if her weapon doesn't trigger when she's attacked. Special Spiral is a bit overkill though. Low attack res would be really nice. You have all variants of Ilyana in your build, I think. Because you go attack speed push with attack res, low attack res with Blarfox, you probably one-shot most things in the game. If you run like Deathblow here as well. So yeah, you got all the Ilyana variants. It's up to you. This is an interesting take on her though. And what? Okay. Mad Crash? Hell, even Ether. Is there a reason to go for plus HP?
No, I can't think of one.
I can't think of one either. Because the other thing is just like plus speed on Lona is a super boon. I don't remember plus HP being a super boon. If it's for Pawns of Loki, no. I'm sorry guys, but I think that's really, really short-sighted. I'm not gonna assume whether that's the case for you or not, but
oh, it is a super boon.
It is? Oh, but
HP is a super boon.
But why? Here's the thing. I know what you're going for. One-shot Lona is legit, all right? Plus 6 attack, all right? 63, plus another 8, 71. That's not enough to guarantee a one-shot. Maybe once you click Glimmer up, that's a guaranteed one-shot, but I would have gone for plus attack. That gives her a way better chance of getting a one-shot. You ideally want a one-shot right from the start, because if they survive the hit and they can counterattack, you're pretty much boned. So I would have gone for plus attack. I don't get it. The extra HP, if it's for Pawns of Loki, the reason why I say it's short-sighted for Pawns of Loki, guys, is the reality is Pawns of Loki, you should hardly ever be using your own units. The majority of units you should be using are your friends' units. And the rationale behind that is simple. Your friends' units should be plus 10s. Like, just use your friends' units. If you don't have friends, join our Discord. Make a bunch of friends for Pawns of Loki purposes. But yeah, you'll get more HP and more value that way than to actually commit your own hero like this. So that's And even with all of that, going plus HP on Lona only gets her 45. So I don't know. I do agree that she's probably a resplendent hero in the future. So fair enough. Remember what I said earlier? Ilyanas can either go for one-shot kills, or the speed to double, or be used defensively. Ilyana's a really flexible unit, but this is the one-shot kill variant. 50 attack, sturdy impact, plus 6 attack. Blar Fox minus attack, minus 4 on all stats on your opponent, except for HP, of course. Lull attack res. Infantry Hexblade with Mirror Strike. So when she attacks, plus 10 attack, plus another 4 here, plus another 3 here, and they can't be buffing for a res. So in other words, she's hitting a 75. You're just missing flowers. Get her to at least 76. She has a legit good chance of one-shotting her opponents. With respect of Dark Blessing and using her in Ether Raid's defense, 45 HP with Iceberg, it's not really hard to set up instant Iceberg on Ilyana, and then she's just a straight up nuke. So it's not a bad build. And I like that you're using Sturdy Impact, plus 10 defense with the ability to prevent them from making a follow-up attack on her. That keeps her alive. If she gets one shot off and she doesn't die, could also give set up Wings and Mercies setups as well. So I like that a lot. I don't know, it's a really simple build. It's good. It's not what I expect from you. Oh, okay. Well,
So what you're saying is you expect trash.
Matt Crash, I pick my words carefully so I don't have to say things like that. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you showed something that was coherent and perfectly sensible. That's probably more important. Fun fact: that new Ryoma we're getting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does have it.
So that new Ryoma we're getting, chat, has attack defense solo. So if you guys want to make a cheap ass Brunia, attack defense solo with attack speed solo seal, you're basically
not just cheap, but really good.
Right. What if they release Windsweep seal? I don't think that would be broken. I think it's kind of fair nowadays because of how strong Vanish Sweepers are, but yeah, you still gotta outspeed your opponent. Anyways, this is a really good Brunia. Of course, now follow-up, you're a big fan of it. Fimbulvetter, honestly, for me, again, Fimbulvetter is such a stupidly good weapon. For the same reason that I think Nowi is super good, because Nowi gets extra stats and she is not afraid of penalties, I think Brunia is really, really good. Chat, like, Ether Raids nowadays, you don't get to keep your stats. Everyone's debuffing. Like, the fact that Milla has Sabotage attack, your entire team loses 7 attack, pretty much guaranteed in late seasons, right? There are just a bunch of heroes out there with immediate debuffs. And likewise, on the other side, there are chill towers, there are Yuns and whatnot, there are chills. Like, everyone's debuffed. The ability to keep your buffs is a game changer, and Brunia keeps her buffs. Now, with attack defense push and attack speed solo, so again, Fimbulvetter plus 4, this is plus 7, so it adds 11 defense, 38 defense, and of course cannot be debuffed, and then another 6 speed, or 50.
1,185,900,463.
It's ski, huh? Wait, Mad Crash, what's going on? How do you not have 600 SP?
Oh, I do. I just haven't learned everything that's in our list.
Oh yeah, I know you do. I know you do, but I'm surprised. Okay.
Yeah, that is definitely a viable option if I want to put her on our defense team again. I don't really see that happening though.
You could also do attack speed solo 4 with attack speed solo. That'd be pretty cool too. Or speed defense solo. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that came from a male Corinth.
I would hope you know, because you're the owner of this hero.
There are a lot of things where I don't remember exactly where everything came from.
Oh boy. All right, but I like this build. I lost recently to a attack defense solo, speed res solo Brunia like a month ago, I think. I was really surprised because she wasn't counterattacking up close, but I couldn't kill her, so it didn't matter. Tobin, mother effing Tobin. Huh. I was not expecting that. I will say you do in fact want to actually I think if you do make him plus speed you lose some HP. Okay. So for those
a little bit.
Yeah. So for those forgot, Jubilant Blade at start of combat, if units max HPs or foes HP +1 grants attack speed, defense, res +4 to unit during combat. That's the reason.
Same thing Varian has.
Well, Varian has a debuff too, but yeah, I guess so.
No, Varian has Sudden Panic as the base effect. He doesn't have a debuff. He just has that Spectrum +4 for having more max HP than his opponent's current HP.
Okay, that's true. In terms of max HP, yeah, those they're the only 2 units that do it, but
yep.
Tobin is the reason why I'm like so surprised is because, well, as you pointed out, if you wanted, the reality is if you just want Tobin to kill armors, you just get Jubilant Blade and he's good for it. If you want Tobin to really shine, you do in fact have to make him +10. Now, I agree with what you're doing, which is to not go plus HP, which by the way, I think is stupid because you will lose attack, speed, defense, or res, or a combination of all of them to get that plus HP. So even though you're guaranteeing you get the attack, speed, defense, res +4, you're losing the stats in return. So I understand why you went for neutral, because I think that might actually be the best spread for him then. With that said,
it also makes this build extremely good for Pawns of Loki.
I never thought about that.
Well, another thing to think about, though, think about how prominent armor units are. Armor Dragons, Kanagus, the Edelguards.
You know, if you never mentioned that, I was going to say, like, a minute of nice things about Tobin, then talk smack and talk about all the other heroes I would rather take over Tobin. But you're right.
But this suddenly makes sense.
But this suddenly makes sense because Pawns of Loki is looking for a hero exactly like Tobin. Damn, wow, you're right. If for those forgot, Pawns of Loki wants you to have more HP for more scores, so Tobin fits perfectly.
Yeah. The only problem with Tobin is that he is a sword unit, and that does not combo well in Pawns of Loki. Yeah. That is the only issue whatsoever.
So for those forgot, in Pawns of Loki, you kind of want to have a max combo, and I don't think is it even possible to max combo with melee weapons?
No, the weapons with which it is impossible to get a max combo are your melee weapons and staves.
So yeah, that's the reason, chat. You don't want to go for it. And while it's technically possible to get a max combo with beast heroes, it's incredibly difficult. So you're kind of just stuck on dragons right now. And you could argue, well, you don't need a max combo. I would argue it's not even possible to beat advanced Pawns of Loki anymore with weapons. If you don't have a max combo by turn 4, I think you're dead. Or you're not getting a good score.
They are changing that in the coming update, though, so it's definitely getting reworked.
Right. And that is a really important rework because it kind of just made weapons completely pointless. You would never use it. The answer is yes. Yes, this has enough speed. Can someone send this to Nowi Riley? Jonathan, are you still here? Send this to Riley. Dude, what is this? 40 plus 10, 15 flowers, 55 HP, 55 attack, 37 speed. This is supreme power. 37 speed, 37 defense, 34 res. How much attack and speed is this? The Purifying Breath is +4 to all stats. Attack speed solo is 7 and 7. Law attack is -3 and -3 on your opponent. Aroused attack speed is +6 and 6. Attack speed solo is +6 and 6. So it is 6 plus 7, 13, 17, up to 23. 23 attack, 23 speed. And then the speed can go up by another 3. So 26 speed. 26 speed? Wait a second. That's a 63 speed Nowi? The heck?
That's excessive.
I'm a big believer in speed Nowi, but even I wouldn't do this kind of crap. This is way too quick.
That is beyond overkill.
I guess your Nowi's ready to fight any God Sword hero ever. You're good to go. Okay, the most important thing is she actually gets to keep all her stats, chat. Remember, during combat and neutralize units penalties. So unless they have lulls and whatnot to remove them, otherwise she keeps her stats. So this Nowi is actually really, really scary. And her defense isn't bad. Remember, this adds +4 to all stats, and this is -3. So essentially 7 extra defense, 7 extra res. So 41 res, 44 defense. Not easy to beat her. And of course, again, if she buffs up, you can't stop this because of Purifying Breath. If unit's HP is over 50%, I guess you can stop it if you chip damage over like a bolt tower or something. But relatively, generally speaking, she should be able to keep it. Noon time is kind of awkward because it's 3 cooldown, but honestly, you attack, they attack, you attack, and it's ready for next battle. So it's not hard to get up. Also keep in mind you can use joint drive speed, joint drive attack, things like that. Maybe joint. This is hard. All right, so Natasha, you'll eventually plus center. She does have the highest possible BST for a healer right now in terms of infantry ones. Palm staff, attack speed -5 on opponents. So if you do a joint drive speed +4, essentially +5, so 9 takes you to 42 speed. That could keep you alive a lot better. If you did attack speed solo at that point, you can have 48, which allows you to double a lot better. It's up to you, but that is an option. Wall attack res will keep you alive a lot easier and allow you to do more damage. Mad Crash, would you take Law Attack Res or Dazzling Staff?
I mean, the Law Attack Res lets her hit a little bit harder, and she does have the attack stat to be able to use it. The potential issue there is pretty much just running into issues of getting hit too hard. Now, low attack res does stack with palm staff, so that shores up her defense a bit, but her defense is still quite low.
I think she'll survive one battle where she gets hit twice, unless they get a special off, then she dies. But if she'll survive one battle where she gets hit twice. That's the only.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's the issue. So yeah. So her defense, chat, for those who aren't aware, 6 + 3, 9 + 5, 14, 38 essentially, is not bad at all. But yeah.
I'm so tired of all these Freyas and duo alms murdering me, so I have crafted a counter.
Hey, Color Craze. I saw your Delphia earlier. I haven't clicked it yet, but I saw you show as your lead hero. Okay, maybe you should. It's up to you if you think you need Dazzling or not. But Law Attack Res is already really, really hard to get. And it's really expensive and it's really good. So it's just without running her with enough speed, you're not using it to its full potential. Because Natasha just doesn't hit hard enough to get a kill in one shot. So yeah, it's up to you. Kind of hard, man. The only thing I can definitely say is joint drive speed. Because again, you want to stay within 2 spaces. All this is 2 spaces for your foes, but joint drive speed is still really, really good because you could get that extra 4 + 5, getting to 42 speed. That would help a lot.